We have new details on the attempted assassination of Donald Trump. Analysis of footage from the shooting by audio experts and CBS News found that the 20-year-old gunman fired 8 bullets in under 6 seconds before a Secret Service sniper shot and killed him. The attempt on the former president's life has raised growing questions around how law enforcement failed to stop the shooter. And today, FBI Director Christopher Wray will testify in front of lawmakers. He's expected to be grilled about the Bureau's investigation into the attempted assassination. This comes after Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheatle resigned amid the growing fallout from the Raleigh shooting. And last night, former President Trump took to Truth Social, blaming the Biden-Harris administration for failing to, quote, properly protect me. Our Nikole Killion is following the latest and joins us now from Capitol Hill to talk a little bit more about this. So, Nikole, one of the things that, lawmakers were asking over and over again when Cheatle was testifying is why she hasn't resigned yet. Are they satisfied that she's now out?
Well, yes and no. I mean, certainly the news was welcomed by a number of lawmakers on both sides of the aisle. I spoke with Speaker Mike Johnson shortly after he learned about this news, as we all did yesterday morning. And he said that he was not given a heads up about this, but felt that it was long overdue. And he hopes now that perhaps the agency can move forward to correct the mistakes that were made following this security lapse. But many Democrats as well felt that this was the right thing to do for the Secret Service director. And you kind of heard as much in that very contentious Monday hearing where lawmaker after lawmaker said that Cheatle should either resign or be fired. But there still are a lot of questions that lawmakers have about what went wrong, what happened. They still want accountability and reform from that standpoint. And so we do expect this week the House to vote on establishing a new task force that will investigate the shooting.
So yesterday, the commissioner of the Pennsylvania State Police gave more details into the attempt on former President Donald Trump's life. What did we learn?
Yeah, well, this was testimony before the House Homeland Security Committee, which, by the way, several members of that committee actually went to Butler, Pennsylvania to see the shooting scene for themselves. But we learned a number of things. I mean, the commissioner kind of went through more detailed timeline and more specifically suggested or said that 8 shell casings were found at the scene of the shooting, suggesting that some 8 shots may have been fired before the gunman was ultimately killed. Also, he talked more in depth about, some of the conversations with Secret Service, noting that, local law enforcement did warn Secret Service ahead of time about a suspicious individual who in turn ultimately was the shooter. And also he talked more specifically about once that suspected gunman was spotted, that some officers had to leave their perch to try to find him. This was before he fired those fatal shots.
All right, Nikole, thank you.